Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to discuss some of the breaking news concerning the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission lawsuit versus XRP. And it appears that both parties have submitted for a summary judgment. So I'm going to discuss that. I'm also going to talk about Christopher Harris's XRP Prophecy, dealing with what's getting ready to happen with this case. Now, before I get into all this, folks, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. So if you guys like these videos that I make, you want to support what I do, the links are down below in the description and also the About section of YouTube. All right, folks, so we have some breaking news concerning XRP Ripple. And if you're new to cryptocurrency, you're new to the wealth transfer, this is one of the most important moments in crypto history when the judge makes his decision on this summary judgment. If you don't fully understand what's going on with XRP and the SEC, you just do your research on Google. Now, this is something that we've been waiting for a long period of time. And we have to be cautious with this and making sure that we're in position because of the prophetic words that have gone out about XRP. Mainly what Christopher Harris was talking about. Now, this tweet here from James Filan, who gave out this breaking news yesterday, and it says here, breaking: Ripple Labs, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson file motion for summary judgment, seeking judgment as a matter of law. All right, and if you don't know what a summary judgment is, I'll go ahead and give a couple definitions. Summary judgment is granted when the facts can be decided upon without needing to go to trial, where the opposing party would lose due to lack of evidence. If it's not clear that there is no more evidence, then summary judgment must be denied. Right? Summary judgment is a judgment entered by a court for one party and against another without a full trial. Right? And looking at this news article, the SEC Ripple call for immediate ruling in suit over whether XRP sales violated securities law. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple Labs both filed motions for summary judgment, arguing that a judge overseeing the case has enough information to make a ruling without moving the case forward to a trial. All right, so this is pretty huge. Now, for me, I thought that this was going to come later on, and I did do some research. And for those of you who want to know that, this could take anywhere from a month to 3 months before we actually get a decision from a judge. Now, it's very possible that it could come this week. The judge has already been expecting to make a decision on summary judgment. And if you're a judge and you know you're going to have to make a summary judgment on this case, right, he already has an idea of which way he's going to go right now. Right? I'm just going to tell you that. It's almost kind of like also too, like especially you see like in Law and Order and stuff like that, or movies or actually in real life, where a defendant is charged with a crime and the defense attorney asked for the case to be dismissed, right? Because there's not enough evidence before the trial, right? And so a lot of times that will happen if the prosecutor is unable to provide the evidence necessary to charge that person. And if the judge doesn't feel like that there's not enough evidence, then he will dismiss the case. So really quick, let me go ahead and go over the pricing before I get into anything else. And currently XRP sits at around 38 cents. It almost hit that 40-cent mark, at least on the average. And so we can see over the last several days that it's actually pumped. It came from around the 33-cent mark and now it's around 38 cents. So it looks like to me, according to what I'm looking at with the XRP, that there is positive sentiment concerning this XRP case. Now, personally, before I get into the prophecy, I feel like at this stage that it's really too soon. And I think that this government, this administration, is doing everything they can to hurt cryptocurrency. And they know a lot of people are waiting for this blessing to come through XRP. So we actually might see an XRP bull run leading up to that decision. Now, there is a couple things that I do want to bring up, and that is there are prophecies out there dealing with XRP, Ripple, and then we've also had prophecies that this case was going to be settled last year, and other events were supposed to happen around that, but those never happened either. If this decision was to come, it could happen during a bull run too as well, right? Could you imagine, Bitcoin going up to 30 or 40,000, and then this summary judgment comes out, right? Some of us are still expecting, according to the different prophetic words, that we're going to see Bitcoin drop from that mid 35,000 range to zero. We're still looking for that to occur. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get into Christopher Harris's prophecy, because this prophecy could be getting ready to come to pass here very, very shortly, right? We're talking within months. It could be this week, next week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. It might be very well that they might want to hold off this decision until after the elections too as well. Midterm elections are in a month and a half. But let me go ahead and read this to you, right? And this is Christopher Harris. This came out on May the 28th. And he says here, this is Jesus is Lord. His YouTube is down below in the description. And he says here, "Hi, brothers and sisters. I have an important dream to share I received on May the 21st of 2022. In the dream, I was in a room with my brother and others and was proclaiming to them with confidence something similar to these words. Ripple will lose their case. This will trigger the BTC flash crash to zero, but it will be overturned and it will be fine again. I believe me telling my brother and others this in the dream is for me to share with my brothers and sisters in Christ. Currently, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, is suing Ripple, XRP, alleging their crypto is a security as opposed to a virtual currency, and has breached fundraising laws. Here is a quote from CNBC of Ripple CEO about the significance of this case. Garlinghouse said there's a lot at stake if his company does not win the lawsuit. This case is important, not just for Ripple, it's important for the entire crypto industry in the United States, he said. It really would be negative for crypto in the United States. If Ripple loses, most tokens trading on platforms in the U.S. would be deemed securities. Garlinghouse said, meaning those platforms would have to register with the SEC as broker-dealers. That's cost, that's friction. If you determine XRP is a security of Ripple, we have to know every person that owns XRP, he said. That's an SEC requirement. You have to know all of your shareholders. It's not possible. So it looks like Ripple losing to the SEC would be a huge bad news for crypto, leading to a major crash, even BTC to zero, Bitcoin to zero. The dream indicates the decision against Ripple will be overturned and it will be fine again, likely leading to the next bull run after the crash. I was shown to get in XRP after the BTC flash crash, converting Bitcoin to XRP and other alts when BTC Bitcoin is at 10,000 after it recovers from zero, as posted on March 18th, 22. Please seek the Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you, Christopher. So that is a prophecy dealing with the XRP case. All right, so according to what he's seeing, Ripple is going to lose their case. So this is one of the reasons why we are prepared. That's why we got our BTC orders, our Ethereum orders, low Shiba Inu orders, and some of us even have the low Luna Classic orders. I don't know if this happens, how it's going to affect Luna, right? There's some other speculation about what some of the other prices of some of these cryptos are going to be. Now, this is the other thing, folks. There's over 20-something thousand cryptocurrencies out there. If this happens, you're probably going to see a lot of really crappy coins go away, even if it's overturned. And maybe that will be good, for the crypto industry. Maybe we can cut in half the cryptocurrencies that are out there. I think that would be a lot healthier for the cryptocurrency industry. So it makes me wonder, too, if we're going to get a bull run before the decision. And so we all need to watch that, folks. If there's a lot of prophecies dealing with Bitcoin crashing between that 35 and 40,000 mark, right? So maybe because of this, and people feel confident as if Ripple is going to win, and crypto goes through a short bull run. All this remains to be seen. Some of this I'm just speculating, folks. It doesn't sound like to me there's a settlement, and it sounds like, according to this prophetic word, that there's going to be an overturn. This case is very important, especially for the development and the furtherance of cryptocurrency. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities here when we look at this prophetically, because it's not just about this, folks. Remember, we're supposed to take our Bitcoin, right? When it crashes to zero and we have our low Bitcoin buy limit orders, they kick in. Some of this we're supposed to sell off, okay, and invest in XRP, XLM, and Shiba Inu. That's one of the things that could push up Shiba Inu. And a lot of people who are just now coming into the wealth transfer, and all they're hearing is Shiba Inu, and they don't really know all the things that we know. They're not prepared as we are prepared, right? We know what we're supposed to be doing. We have our low buy limit orders in. Most people, especially the newer people, are just waiting for Shiba Inu to reach $1 somehow, some way. And yet, when you look at the prophetic, well, one of the ways that's going to push up Shiba Inu is when it flash crashes to zero, and then it goes up to 10,000, right? Because it's going to go what? Right back down to zero. But when we take profit at that 10,000 mark, we're going to be putting into all these other cryptocurrencies. So with it being September the 18th right now, we got to get through next week. We got to get through the Federal Reserve raising their interest rates and all that stuff. But who knows when this case is going to manifest itself and ending up crashing the markets. Folks, so I like I said, I don't know when the summary judgment is going to come. Like I said, it could take a month. It could take 2 months. It could take 3 months. It could actually even take longer. But I think this judge, pretty much, I think he has an idea already. And, more than likely, because this administration is so corrupt, it would not surprise me at all whatsoever if there was some corruption behind it. But I will say this, folks, just like a lot of other cryptocurrencies and investments, what just happened with Luna 2.0, right? I tell people stay away from Luna 2.0 as far as long-term investment. You could have made some money in the short term. But so what happened with Luna, right? Days before Do Kwon's arrest, it went from less than $2 up to $7. And within several days came back down to the $2.69 mark. So it went up to $7. And then guess what? Then the announcement was made that there was a warrant out for Do Kwon's arrest. So they pumped the markets before his arrest. Isn't that crazy? And so we've seen this like with incidents within the stock market, and you're kind of seeing it right now with XRP. XRP is going on a little rip. All right, and that's probably sentiment, people thinking that, this is going to go XRP way. So maybe even days before the announcements, you'll see XRP go on a massive run like Luna 2.0. And that's the thing, folks. This is what we've been discussing for the last year, getting your low Bitcoin buy limit orders in. And this link, okay, you want to go over everything concerning the Bitcoin phishing, especially if you have never done this before. You want to try to Bitcoin fish on the platforms you're already on. If you're brand new, you don't need to try to go to each one of these. You need to learn how to put them in on the platforms that you are on right now. And what that consists of is placing Bitcoin buy limit orders anywhere from a penny all the way up to, some people have them up to $1, but different in various orders on different platforms. And when you go through this, you'll look at all the information that is here, and it gives you an overview of which platforms you can actually set your Bitcoin buy limit orders that low. Okay, and so if you don't know these companies, and maybe you're just on Coinbase and FTX, well, there are some prophetic platforms specifically where Bitcoin is going to crash on that were named. Okay, that was Christopher Harris. He talked about Bittrex and Kucoin. So these links are in the Google document. That will be down below in the description. All right, and there's other prophecies for Coinbase and so on. So you want to look at that, learn how to put those in. There is a video section I have here Okay, video tutorials on limit orders for some of the different platforms. Once you learn it, how to put in these orders, it'll become easier and easier per platform. Right? And that just depends on how much money you're also working with. You don't need to put $500 on each platform for this, right? Especially if you are not working with a lot of money, you might want to spread it out. If you got $100, you might want to spread it out among 3 different platforms, right? But there's all this information dealing with this Bitcoin crash, and there are tutorial videos in this. So this is at the point to where we're at, folks. A lot of us that have had our orders in for a year now, our orders are going to trigger first. So you don't want to delay, because guess what? When this begins to happen, everybody else in the whole entire world, they're going to be trying to get in orders in. So you need to make sure that you get your orders in now. All right, folks, so there's the prophetic word. Ripple is going to lose their case. Don't know when. At some point, it's going to be overturned. So we're going to be looking for that too as well. In that case, if there's a summary judgment, who knows? The appeals process could take 3, 4, 5, 6 months. All right, so keep that in mind too as well. This is your chance now. Don't wait for the next run. And make sure that you are in position with everything that we have been discussing over the last year. So that is all that I have for today, folks. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.